It's always rough and tumble time in the surf. Anything goes. And Smith's Beach, Western Australia was no different.
Looks like he's going backwards there. Something is going on with Cooley. This is crazy.
A slow start for short course professor Shannon Eckstein, but he fired up the turbocharger with a masterclass performance in the elimination.
Shannon, the professor, the king!
Back to warmer waters today, back to the enduro format, and back to the thumping heartland of surf lifesaving. Will Liz Plumas continue her dominance and bank a hat-trick of wins? Or will challengers Courtney Hancock, Rebecca Creedy or Harriet Brown spoil her party? This is the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Iron Woman and Iron Man Series. And this is Punch Time.
57 kilometres of stunning coastline. This is the Gold Coast, best known for surf, sand and sunshine, bordered by lush hinterland. Today, all eyes are on this favourite Queensland tourist destination. Hello and welcome to round 3 of the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Iron Man and Woman Series. I'm Ashlyn Krukellis. I'm on the beautiful golden sand of Surfers Paradise Beach, ready for another exciting round of racing as Australia's fittest athletes do battle. Joining me is our expert commentator, Reese Drury, who's been there, done that before. He's a former Ironman. Reese, looks like we're set for another great day of racing.
Yeah, thanks, Ashlyn. It's going to be a great day of racing. I can't wait. It's going to be so good out there today, especially after Western Australia, which can only be described as crazy.
Yeah, you're certainly right about that. We saw plenty of upsets, plenty of strong contenders not doing as well as they thought they should.
Absolutely. In round 1, we saw Shannon Eckstein finishing in 8th place. That's unheard of. Then we saw his brother with a DNF that did not finish, so that was a bad day for the Ecksteins. Then in round 2, we saw Kendrick Louis with a snapped rudder. And then poor old Matty Poole with some seaweed around his rudder in the ski leg. So that was absolutely crazy.
How predict it, can you? And in the women's, we saw a disappointing round for Courtney Hancock in round 2.
Yeah, Courtney Hancock, she finished in 7th place. Now for Courtney, that's a really bad result. For some girls, not too bad, but for the champ, that was a bad day for Courtney. And also, Crystal Smith was back a little bit in round 2 as well. She was in 9th place, so a bit of work for the girls to do today.
Yeah, certainly. And Courtney Hancock, being the reigning champ, we can expect to see her come back firing today. We did catch up with some of the guys and girls to hear all about their troubles in the West.
Yeah, everything went pear-shaped pretty much from the word go. I sprinted down, picked my ski up, I got away clean, and I just hit this little shore break and a back shot. You know, my ski came back, and I didn't even feel it at first, and it wasn't until I jumped back on and started trying to steer, and I had no steering, and it's not over till it's over, and if things happen, move on.
All of a sudden, not that I needed it, I felt like the weight of the world was on the back of my ski, and I just felt myself literally not barely moving forward, and I jumped on beside Ali first, and by the first turning can I was dead last by about 20 metres, so unfortunately the seaweed won. You know, I'm not counting myself out. I think I can still have 4 good results from here, and you know, you've just got to go out there and do it.
My 7th, that's been my worst position, I think, in about 4 or 5 years. You know, I've always kind of stayed in that top 4, so it's definitely made a challenge for me. But look, I like to take everything as a positive, and you know, these last little hit out that I've had at training, I've just been thinking about that song, "Let It Go" off Frozen. I've just been singing that in my head, so you know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it go and move on to this next round.
Yeah, obviously disappointed with the 8th place, but with the career I've sort of had, it's been about consistency, getting on the podium, and I haven't been 8th for a little while, so it kind of stings a bit, but I didn't feel great throughout that whole race. I battled on, and then all you can do is move on to the next round.
Yeah, look, I think I just wasn't aggressive enough from the start, so bad position after the first leg and really just didn't really have enough to come back and get over the girls in front of me. So, just backed myself. Probably something I didn't do round 1 and round 2, especially being real flat conditions. And I sort of got bummed before the race. And, surface paradise, you can get swell, you can get wind. So I'm really looking forward to getting out there and just, having a better performance.
Yes, Western Australia certainly brought some unwanted surprises for some athletes, but on the other hand, Reece, we also saw some standout performances from some of them. One that comes to mind straight away is 24-year-old Ali Day.
Ali Day, yeah, what a fantastic return to form for that young kid. Everyone was so happy for Ali, except for all the other competitors, because he was so good over there. But a first and second, what a great start. The other standout for me over there was Wesley Berg. What an inspiration to all us old blokes out there. This 35-year-old grew some new legs, just toughed it out, and got a second place in that round 1. The other great thing I thought over from Western Australia was Shannon Eckstein to bounce back from a bad race in round 1 to win round 2. That was awesome. He's a champ.
And in the women's, Liz Plumas is just in hot form.
Liz Plumas, she was inspirational, she was tough, she's strong, and she is fast. So the girls have got a lot of work to do to catch Liz Plumas.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at where all the women are right now on our series points table. Liz Plumas, of course, is on top by a long way on 40 points. In second place, Jordan Mercer on 29 points. Then in equal third, we have Harriet Brown and Rebecca Creedy. Crystal Smith down in 8th. She'll certainly be wanting to do some catching up today.
Yeah, as we go over the page, we see Tara Coleman there, the South Sydney young girl. She's not too bad there. Amy Nerth and Tian Raymond, and then we're rounding off the table with Devon Halligan.
We're now joined by both our current series leaders, Liz Plumas and Ali Day. Welcome, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. I am going to start with you, Liz, because I know you have to head off to prepare to race really soon. But first, let's talk about Western Australia. You collected all the points on offer, 2 from 2 wins. Congratulations. Were you expecting to go that well?
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much more, 2 wins from 2 rounds, but in saying that, it is early on in the series. There's still 4 to go, so take another one today.
You currently have a gap of 13 points between you and reigning champ Courtney Hancock. We both know she'll be doing her best to narrow that gap today. How are you going to stop it?
Yeah, good question. She is a fierce competitor, so she'll be out there wanting to get another good result on the board, but it's a bit tricky out there today. The wind's up, anything can happen. It'll be good fun out there.
Well, all the best trying to make it a hat trick today. Ali, over to you. You also started really strongly in Western Australia with a first and a second in the respective rounds 1 and 2. Congratulations. Were you expecting to come back so strongly after having a year off?
Yeah, thanks for that. I was just really proud of myself to be able to get myself back to the start line, to tell you the truth. But yeah, to walk away with a first and then back up the next day and get a second, it's I couldn't ask for a better start.
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome, mate. Very exciting. I was pretty happy up there in the box cheering you on, mate. Today's format, though, it's a loop format. It's an endurance type one. I'm telling everyone that it's going to suit you. What's your thoughts on it today and how you're going to attack it?
Yeah, I really like the long stuff. Hopefully, Bookie said in the briefing yesterday afternoon, hopefully 45 to 50 minutes. It's pretty tricky out there. There's more of a wave than what we had over at Smith's Beach. So it's just, I think, get a good start, get in a good position, and try chase every run as hard as you can, and just try really minimise those mistakes.
Good work, mate. Good luck today.
Thanks, Ali and Liz, and good luck today. Don't go anywhere because the Iron Woman racing is coming up next. But first, let's learn a bit more about another competitor who started this series very strongly. She's one with a very famous surname. She is, of course, Jordan Mercer.
In round 1, I came away with a 5th position, which after that, I was quite happy. I've never started the series in such strong form. So it was nice to then, on round 2, get a 2nd place and be up on that podium next to Liz. I always did nippers from a young age, and Ironman racing ran in the family, so I guess it was something that had been on my mind for a long time. I really like the ski leg, and I think because it was a big challenge for me and I pushed hard, tried to get that strength and power that I lacked in the early years. I love being in big surf, playing in it, surfing in it and racing in it, but at the end of the day, when you take out that element of luck, it is fair, tough, hard racing, and sometimes I do prefer that.
Australia's toughest athletes. Welcome back to round 3 of the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Ironman and Women's Series, coming to you from Surfers Paradise Beach, where the weather gods are being reasonably kind to us. The sun is out, there is a bit of cloud about. We're heading for a top of 28 degrees. It'll be 23 degrees in the water. We're expecting to see waves of around half a metre to a metre. The wind is coming from the southeast at 15 to 20 knots. It'll certainly make for some choppy conditions, and it will make things tricky for our competitors. Our Iron women are set and ready to go, so let's head up to the commentary box. Your commentators are Trevor Hendy, Reece Drury and Tim Gilbert.
Ashland sounds like an absolutely perfect day to me. Maybe a little choppy, but here's our start list. Courtney Hancock in 1, Liz Plumers, Crystal Smith, Maddie Dunn, Rebecca Creedy, Amy Nerthen, Harriet Brown, Devon Halligan. These are 15 of the greatest athletes in Australia, unquestionably. Jordan Mercer in 9, Tara Coleman, Hannah Minogue, Tian Raymond, Danielle McKenzie, Brodie Moyer and Emma Dick. Round 3 of the Nutri-Grain Iron Woman Series from the beautiful Gold Coast. It's all been Liz Plumers so far.
Well, I'm happy to be back in the box with you guys. Let me tell you, Surfers Paradise Beach, back in the series. Thanks guys. Makes me feel good. But here we go. Interesting on this start line is Liz Plumers and Courtney Hancock head-to-head side by side.
Yeah, and Liz took all the points in Western Australia. Courtney says, let it go. And Harriet just gives us a little wave. It's a beautiful day on the Gold Coast. And we are underway. The seagulls fly and so do the girls. We're onto the ski first up. This is the loop. We're going to take you through the course in just a tick, but some catching up to do, and Liz just wants to cruise out in front. Of course, last year so agonisingly close to the win when Courtney won the series, and there she is, Liz Plumers. Balances a life of work, study and being one of the elite Iron women.
And she's put the pressure now back on Courtney and Reece. That's really set this series up.
Yeah, Liz was awesome over in WA, but very important to get through that shore break nice and quick. As we see Maddie Dunn there in 4th place, as they're pushing really hard to this first can. As we talked about, Trevor, in the lead up to this, short up and this really deep gutter. Now that's deep water where not many waves break through. And then you get out to that outside bank where it's shallow again, and that's where we get some more waves, as we see Tian Raymond in 10th.
Tian Raymond, new this year. We hadn't seen her before as we look at how this is all made up, this course.
Yes, we have 3 formats in the series, the loop, the M shape and the eliminator. This is the loop. So we go around the ski leg first, out to sea, around the 3 cans, back. A pretty decent sized run, back onto the board, a little bit shorter, back in for the swim the 3rd time, and then they repeat that whole course to complete the loop.
And it's just not our athletes who work so hard to put it all together and make it such wonderful television. Ashland has a special guest on the beach.
I'm joined on the sand by race director Zane Holmes. Zane, the girls have just headed out there. What do you think of the conditions?
Yeah, look, lightning start from the girls. You know, the conditions, the waves are small, but the wind's up and it's, you know, quite tricky. We've got a shore break that's going to be really hard to handle and negotiate, and you've got this sort of gutter area and then a bank out the back. So, you know, the girls are going to have their work cut out for them.
What's your prediction at this very early stage?
Yeah, look, it's hard to say, but I think if we look at, you know, the earlier rounds and the fitness levels of the girls, someone like Elizabeth Plumers was outstanding, and I think, you know, she's going to shine through today as well.
Well, we'll wait and see. Race director Zane Holmes, thank you.
Thanks, Ashland. Thanks, Zane. And, of course, Zane wouldn't have minded these conditions.
No, the only man to win the Big 4, World Title, Australian Title, Series and Coolangatta Gold. A man or woman?
Amy Nerthen, right at the moment, in first spot, out in front. And, of course, one of these athletes that's coming through. Of course, you've got Liz and Courtney, then Amy Nerthen, Maddie Dunn, Emma Dick, Harriet Brown, Jordan Mercer.
Absolutely, and a great start for her after not a great first couple of rounds along with Maddie Dunn. But the important thing here is to get that little bit of break and set yourself up, get in a rhythm. It's a lot harder at the back of the pack. But Amy, you can see her on the right side of the screen there. Great little technique, a bit of a shorter squat, more athlete. Reece, but very powerful and really growing on the ski.
Yeah, she's doing really well, Trevor. You see as the tail of the ski lifts, Amy increases her rate. So therefore you get down those runners, and try and get back to the beach as quick as you can. And all the girls are doing a great job here as we see Amy still leading this first ski leg.
And first person around the cans gets first pick at the waves because you ride those chops all the way home. So we should see, here's a wave coming up behind her right now. That'll get onto the back of her tail, but won't really affect her because she's into the gutter already, past the shallow bank. But look at that lead. Back to that second wave. That's a great start for Amy.
Yeah, early on in this race, of course, they do this twice, the loop, and Amy Nurthen out in front.
A few girls on that second wave is, again, they'll pick up their rate, try and push through this really deep gutter. Liz Plume is on that second wave with a bunch of other girls, just cruising in the beach, trying to lower their heart rate before they have to get up and run through that transition. But again, tricky little short up.
Yeah, as we see Amy get out of the ski and go up the beach. Liz is in second, but it's very, very congested in around second, third, fourth, fifth. So whether or not she'll be in second by the time she makes the transition, we'll have to wait and see. But Amy Nurthen out in front, fresh air behind her, and this is a great start for her on the Gold Coast.
Of course, it's early days in this race, but it makes a big difference to you mentally, physically, you know, emotionally, even when you're going around in that position.
You just hope that there's not too much adrenaline. Some athletes get that adrenaline rush and they go out, and they go out a little bit too hard. So we'll see how Amy goes.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, there's already some chopping and changing with the placings as Amy Nurthen is first out. Courtney has now made her way up into second. Courtney Hancock fired up here on the Gold Coast after disappointing herself more than anything in Western Australia. The glamour girl, of course, for a number of years now of this sport.
She's another one that's had a good start there with Brodie Moyer, but we look back through that field there. Jordan Mercer as well, Liz Plume is right there, Rebecca Creedy, Devon Halligan, who I think has got so much potential, but keeps kind of going in and out with inconsistency at the moment. When she comes through, she'll be a great young athlete.
Yeah, Crystal Smith in ninth there. She mentioned her disappointment from Western Australia. She said she's looking forward to the Gold Coast, so she'll want to improve on that in ninth at the moment, Crystal Smith.
And we'll see the girls change their technique a little bit due to these choppy conditions. They'll shorten their stroke up a little, lower their centre of gravity, just so they don't get knocked off their equipment as they're pushing out through this deep inshore gutter. Jordan Mercer, nice strong rate. She's on her belly. She bounces up to her knees where you get more power from your stroke.
A lot more attractive than her uncle and her dad, but you can see that determination, that Mercer sense of determination, that little bit of Wollongong working class magic. I know she lives in Noosa now, but they throw back to that great part of the world.
Oh, that's very harsh. I think Darren's a very attractive man.
Yeah, no question. As we see, Liz just nudge in front there, Liz Plumers.
And just in front of Amy Nurthen, back Jordan Mercer, and then
Brodie Moyer there in fourth. Yeah, she's doing well. And you see a few of the ladies laying down as we bounce back over to Courtney Hancock, who I think she struggles a little bit on the board, Courtney, especially this season, but she's still in there with a chance, and I'm sure she'll keep fighting.
And I'm wondering whether it's in her head a little bit where she's in the series at the moment, or she's able to be in the moment and race again.
Yeah, well, so much expectation on Courtney Hancock. She's become an Australian sporting superstar through the Nutri-Grain Iron Woman Series, hasn't she?
Well, all boys, you know, aim to be on the Nutri-Grain packet, and now Courtney Hancock's on the Nutri-Grain packet. That's how big she is and how well she's done.
Rebecca Creedy's doing a great job. She's sitting in fifth place as the girls go around the can. Again, they're laying down. It's bumpy out around those cans. It's a balance thing, also resting the legs. But Liz Plumes is doing a great job again out in front.
Bit of a combination, isn't it, Reece? It's that obviously the resting, but also it is so choppy, and they're keeping down out of that wind a little bit and conserving a little bit of energy. They'll jump on the knees now, and this is a chance for someone to get away.
Yeah, choppy seas here on the Gold Coast. Gorgeous day, absolutely beautiful skyline, as we know. Jordan Mercer spends her time up in Noosa, just up the coast from the Gold Coast, and there's that look again, this piercing eyes.
And reaches forward as the nose goes down the board. She chases the chops. So who can make a move in here? How hard is this? You're in, your heart rate's been up, the start of the race. You're just trying to settle in. You've already got lactic acid built up in your body. And now you've got to try and sprint in this funny position on your knees. It's very, very challenging, and the girls are pretty good at it.
There's a little bump in the ocean here. Amy Nurthen lifting the race. Brodie Moyer, a few of the girls on a nice little wave out in front here.
Yeah, there's four of them. Amy Nurthen, Brodie Moyer's there, Liz Plumers, of course, and Jordan Mercer. So it's going to be interesting to see who hits the beach first.
Well, now it's all about heads down as we see the second wave come through there. Heads down, look over to the right. Amy Nurthen has got a little bit further, and it's dropped off the back.
they all end up dropping off the back, don't they? So they've got to make their way to the beach. Courtney Hancock, she's on the second wave.
And head down as well, chasing that. All these little chops are getting in the way. Amy just in front. They're all going to be joined on that same little wave right there as we'll look at that. We look across there, we see it. Brodie Moyer sitting there, much better start for her in this one. And there, Liz Plumers and Jordan Mercer across on the other side. These four will be very happy with that position.
Yeah, Jordan Mercer just ahead of the rest of the competitors. So well done, Jordan, here. We saw her a number of times out in the surf, and she comes around. Jordan Mercer.
This burns a little bit, doesn't it, Trevor? As you come up the sand, the legs are burning after that board paddle. You're into the soft sand. There's a slight incline, too, going up to that first. So you've got to try and lower the heart rate, but at the same time, try and push ahead.
Yeah, and Dad Darren Mercer will have a big smile on his face because it's Jordan leading the way.
It is, and if we look going around that turning count on the beach here, that's Beck Creedy in front of the second wave. So she did so well in the west, and she's chasing again, looking strong on the right side there.
Yeah, so we've had the ski, we've had the board, this is the swim. They're going to do it all again. And Jordan Mercer is the one leading the way. Liz Plumers in second, Brodie Moyer performing very well right at the moment. Amy Nerthen there, Rebecca Creedy in fifth, as Trevor just mentioned. 20-year-old Maddie Dunn, Harriet Brown, Courtney is in eighth. Bit of work to do. Nine's Wide World of Sports, back soon. Welcome back to Channel 9's Wide World of Sports, the Nutri-Grain Iron Series. And what about Rebecca Creedy? When we left, as we see her come down on this wave, she was in fifth. This brilliant swimmer has made her way to the front.
Oh, unbelievable swim. These other girls are not average swimmers. They're excellent swimmers. She swam away to the lead, then picked up that wave. She'll get across this little gutter here, and she'll run up feeling pretty good about that. You always feel better when you're in the lead.
It's an extraordinary story, the Rebecca Creedy story. 31 years of age, as we see her power along the beach. So muscular and takes a little bit of sustenance on the way.
Yeah, a little spring and a step too. When you get out in front like that, when you've come from behind and now you're leading, you can see her energy's gone up and she's starting to really put the pressure on these other girls. This will really suit Rebecca Creedy. It's long, deep through that inshore gutter. But Liz Plumers, she's still hanging around in second place there.
And we see Brodie Moyer slip back a little bit in that swim from the lead pack, doing a nice run. She'll run away from the girl. She's a very strong transition runner.
And Courtney also there, not happy with what happened in Western Australia. We do it all again. It's ski, board, swim, and at the moment it's Rebecca Creedy, who, as we mentioned, was a swimmer in the pool, and Maddie Dunn, this 20-year-old, this talent on the purple ski.
Oh, Maddie Dunn pumps into these waves. And it was a nice little recovery. At one stage, she had one hand on the paddle, and when that flips around in your hand, it pulls you off. So she's done very well there to avoid that fall off and the 15 seconds you lose because of it.
It's so crucial, like I talk about it so much, but to try and get on these skis and get it through this shore break as quick and as cleanly as you can. If you get a little bit sideways on these skis, bang, straight off back to shore. So you have to punch straight through.
And don't they make it look so easy, Tim? It makes it look like as if these things are super easy to jump on and away you go, but they move all different directions and they're super wobbly. As we see Liz Plumers going sideways over a chop and holding onto it and currently sitting in second place. Good spot for her.
Yeah, I find it hard enough to sit still in a tinny, I'll tell you what, Trev. Liz Plumers in second place. You can see the replay. Up she goes! Oh, that is a great shot, isn't it?
There's the stabilising stroke on the left because sometimes you get so far. She landed on the chop, which is what throws you off on the other side.
And that's the beauty of the Gold Coast. You've got this great Manhattan-style skyline behind these beautiful beaches.
Rebecca Creedy, she's got a great lead here now. She's really starting to lengthen out. You can see the girl punching through this outside bank, through these waves, and you can see, Trevor, that wind starting to get stronger as this race goes.
Have a look at another replay here. Jordan Mercer coming through, cracks into that one. Imagine going for a run, Tim. You know, you get in a bit of a rhythm, and someone comes along the footpath and just pushes you in the chest and stops you in the tracks. That's what happens. Now watch this. Next wave, we don't see it, but that next wave has just hit her right now and she's stopped. So she has to get going. You watch the first couple of strokes here. Watch the water splash off the blade. See that? Because she's hitting hard, head's going down. You're starting from scratch again.
Yeah, beautifully described, Trev, and you've done it so many times yourself. Ashlyn is on the beach with a special guest.
I'm joined now by Kane Eckstein, who unfortunately had to pull out of round 1 with a bicep injury. It meant he wasn't able to start round 2, but he's back and ready to go in round 3. Kane, did you officially get the doctors all clear, or did you just decide to show up anyway?
No, I got the doctors all clear. He's a good mate of mine though. But yeah, I love racing at Surfers Paradise, so I wouldn't let this one slip by. And it's a lot warmer than what it was in WA, so I'm thinking I'll have a good race and hopefully I can.
How is the bicep going?
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's a lot better than probably what it is. It's just I went straight back into training. I've got a lot of sort of scar tissue in there and stuff like that, so it gets a little bit tight. And just when you're racing the best of the best, it's pretty hard going in with a little injury. But hoping today I can pull through that and get a good result.
Touched on it before, but Surfers Paradise does mean a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think I won 3 full and gutter golds here, and the 3 years ago the round 1 was here, and I won that Nutri-Grain race as well. So I've had a lot of good memories here, and I started as an under 8 here in Nippers. So for me and my brother, Surfers Paradise means a lot. We've got all our family here, so we really, if Shannon won this race, I'd be pretty stoked as well.
Well, we know how tough you are, so we expect to see you doing well out there today. All the best.
Actually, with Kane Eckstein, and we only have to go back a couple of years to when he was the champion, and of course a bicep injury happens a bit when you try to break the world record and you do it in pull-ups.
He certainly sounded good then in the interview though. Looking forward to seeing how he races today.
Rebecca Creedy, great lead here. She's pushing through this inshore gutter again. She's pulling the ski really well. Maddie Dunn, Liz Plumer's on that wave little run just behind.
That's Liz and Maddie in 2nd and 3rd, and Maddie Dunn is doing much better than those first couple of rounds. She's back where she should be. Definitely a lot of talent.
Yeah, Maddie Dunn, but it's Rebecca Creedy out in front. Of course, I mentioned her interesting story. Well, she was a swimmer in the pool, then fell out of love with that, and went over to London and had all sorts of jobs, and now has become an Iron Woman. And how good is she? She charges up the beach, Rebecca Creedy. Just behind her, of course, we have Maddie Dunn and Liz Plumers. And Liz, such a figure, such a huge, imposing figure on the sport.
And look at that little break Maddie Dunn just got on Liz just there. Back to Beck Creedy. I've heard she's done a lot of work on her skills, and that's the one thing I think that was missing, because she didn't come through the nippers like these girls. She come from stillwater swimming, and she looks so much more at home out there now.
And this will be the test for Rebecca too, the board leg. This is her weakest leg, she'll admit that. Again, she's been working so hard on this to improve. So very important for Rebecca just to hang in there on this leg.
Going to be hard for her because Liz is an absolute master on the board.
She certainly is really, really strong, and one that we haven't seen just at the moment, Harriet Brown, who's the world board champion. Somewhere she's going to come through in this leg, because she's been in hot form so far this year.
But there's right Harriet. At the moment, yeah, there's Harriet. But Rebecca out in front, Harriet in 4th place. So just off the podium at the minute. But you just mentioned it, Trev. Superb at this discipline.
Yeah, world board paddling champion over in France this year in pretty choppy, almost similar conditions. No big gutter and bank, but similar in a lot of other ways. And super strong, got a lot fitter this year.
So they are the current placings. Rebecca Creedy, then it's Maddie Dunn, Liz Plumers, Harriet Brown, Jordan Mercer now back to 6th, Tara Coleman. Courtney has stayed there in about 8th all day. So Courtney has something to do if she's going to be up near the front as Rebecca finds a way out.
And that was Tian Raymond back there in 10th spot. Oh, Rebecca's going to pump through another little wave here on the tummy. So some of the girls would be taking this on, jumping up on their knees to bounce the nose up over. But she stayed on the tummy. There we go. We see the replay.
Wow. It's like duck dive almost, that Trevor.
Punched through it at work, didn't it?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, great pictures. Rebecca Creedy out in front at the moment. And the sets are starting to roll in here now, Trev. Look at this.
Look at these little lumps standing up on the back bank. If we look on the left side of the screen, it's just jumping up there. You can see them all. And that looks like Tara Coleman just going to pop through that one. She's got through, but the bigger one's still to come. Geordie Mercer on Tara. Tara Coleman's roll.
Oh, wow.
Geordie Mercer up over. There we go. As they get through, they should get through that now. It's Amy Nerthen behind as well. And they're over that one. But look on the left there, that's Courtney Hancock.
Bang.
That's our series champion rolling back there at Surfers Paradise Beach. That puts the cat amongst the pigeons.
So as it stands, Liz Plumers is just behind Rebecca Creedy. Maddie Dunn's right up there as well.
And we have a look at this. Courtney Hancock jumps over this wave here, and a little mistake. Look at this. She rolls off right at that point. That cost her. Tim, that's why she had to roll right there. The next wave, she would have got out. Look, watch this. Grabs the straps. This is a chance. She's going to get out after this one, but that's cost her. That's put her back.
Yeah, she wants to let Western Australia go, but hang on to the board, Courtney. Back with more in a moment. to have your company. Nutri-Grain Women's Series. We're getting down to the business end of this, and Rebecca Creedy is leading the way, just ahead of Liz Plumers, and we have the rest of this board leg, and then it is the swim to finish.
Choppy surface Paradise Beach. Look at that. The swells rising up and down. The girls chasing. That's Rebecca Creedy. We're on the board there with. Look at that balance in the hips as the knees move side to side. All these little chops affect you. Head back down. Nose goes down. She wants to get on the first wave, and she does. Reece.
Well, that was great paddling from Rebecca. Again, that change of rate where she accelerated her stroke, and she gets rewarded for it now. She lays down, gives those legs a rest, back up to the knees, pushing really, really hard.
And let's look at this wave at the back. There's three of them there. Harriet Brown in the middle, Trev.
And Maddie Dunn on the left is going to pull over, and Liz Plumes will join her there on the right of the screen. Just moves back to get that nose up. They're chasing Rebecca Creedy, who's got a fantastic little lead late in the second lap of this round.
Maddie Dunn surfing this wave really well through that inshore gutter. She just dropped off the back of it.
She just laid down at the wrong time there, put the weight on the back of the board. A little mistake from Maddie. She'll learn from that. She won't like seeing that.
So Rebecca Creedy now comes to the beach. This former Commonwealth Games swimmer charges up the beach. Just the swim to go. Can Liz, can Maddie, can Harriet catch her?
And there we see it. Look at that strong run. She looks so strong.
Yeah, I was just going to say, she's looking really strong, Trevor. And with her swim leg last, she can smell victory, Rebecca Creedy. This is her big opportunity. She hasn't had a race win before, so she will be pushing like crazy through this transition.
Oh, imagine how much that would mean to her to win this race. As we see, Maddie Dunn comes nicely over there. Does it easy, actually. She runs off Harriet Brown. Liz Plumers getting a bit of a move on now, chasing Maddie Dunn around. And Liz Plumers, she'll be hanging in there too.
Yeah, this is Tian Raymond.
Oh, this is why we didn't see this before. She's completely rolled over, nosedive, then flipped, and she'd be pointing up to sea. There you go. Wrong way, Tian, but
She held on to the board, Trevor. That's the good thing. You've got to hold on to your gear.
Learning as she goes, Tian Raymond. There we are. Rebecca Creedy out in front, then Maddie Dunn, then Liz Plumers. And look, you mentioned before that Rebecca hasn't won a race. Now, this is her strongest discipline. She's a brilliant swimmer, but how much will that weigh on her mind?
I think it does play on. Even then, she ran over to the right, and even the rhythm of the ocean right at that point in time. As we go back to this replay here with Courtney Hancock, and no, she goes off again. Courtney's having one of those days.
Don't say that, do you, Trevor?
No, she won't be enjoying that. That's what happens sometimes. You get out of rhythm. So, but coming around there, that's the part of it. Rebecca Creedy's got to have it in her mind that I've got to seal this victory. As we see Courtney running around now, she's got a whole different set of problems.
Yeah, Courtney Hancock, she wanted to let things get a lot better here on the Gold Coast, and she's struggling a little bit. But Rebecca Creedy, look, we spoke to Rebecca recently about the new challenges she faced moving from the pool to the ocean. Rebecca Creedy.
Definitely learning surf skills. So just looking at the ocean and knowing what's going on out there. It's something that people like Crystal Smith and Liz Plumers, I'm sure they just do it without even thinking. And they can look at a wave and know, oh, I know it's going to break there first. And for me, it's been a long time coming, and it's why my consistency hasn't really been there in racing in the past. And every year it's getting better and better, and the consistency is finally coming through. And yeah, it makes it really hard to walk away from a sport. It's a great sport to be involved in. It's fun, it's challenging, it's different every day you go out there. And yeah, it's something I still have to work on every day. And I've been very fortunate to have a background with a coach like Brett Colley that has really focused on that as a really big priority of our racing and our ability to develop skills that we need.
And that's a very natural part of any process, anyone learning. You first have to realise that you're incompetent at it and decide to change it. And that's what Rebecca's done. Eventually it'll become natural like the rest of the girls. I think she's starting to do it already. She looks so good out there.
But they're starting to catch her here, Rebecca. She's starting to look over her shoulder, and there's Liz Plumers and Maddie Dunn, not far away at all.
Some great swimmers too. Girls, Liz Plumers, Harriet Brown, Maddie Dunn, they are really fast surf swimmers. So Rebecca's got it all ahead of her here. She's just trying to hang on. Gee, it's bumpy out and around those cans too. They really have to lift their arms nice and high to make sure they get over that chop.
Yeah, they're going to be a pack of 4 in just a tick. They're catching Rebecca Creedy. Liz Plumers, she's such a looming figure, so dominant in Western Australia, and again, she is desperate. She can smell it. She wants to win this race as well in this round.
Now, Beck came through with a fantastic swim in the first lap round. Look at that little waves building up there. Will it turn around on her now, or does she get the wave again? She's in the right position, but she's almost swum across the bank. This is the chance for the girls to catch up. There it is.
And that's it, isn't it? As they just try to jump off and they come out in the wash.
That's Maddie Dunn on the left.
Great surfing.
She's come through the other 2 girls and got that little V of whitewater that's travelled her even further. Now Maddie Dunn sits in the box seat. What a finish.
So we can see Maddie out on left of screen. Then it's now Rebecca in second place.
That's
Liz and Harriet, yeah.
Yep, Liz on the left, back behind Maddie Dunn, and Harriet over on the right. You can see those longer, gangly arms. Big, tall girl, Harriet Brown. And what a finish we're in for here.
It's just a sprint through this inshore gutter as well. You just have to lift the rate. You bring in the 6-beat kick. You try and get as much run out of anything you can. Maddie Dunn, is she going to get over this?
So just close. Misses it, and look at Liz. Liz is powering over her shoulder. Harriet doing it in the middle, and Rebecca still right in it on the right-hand side. Look at Liz. Oh, Liz! She gets on the wave. Maddie looks, where did you come from? Liz Plumers charges past Maddie Dunn, gets the wave. Talk about perfect timing from this champion of Iron Woman racing, Liz Plumers. She gets pointed up to the beach. She is ahead of Maddie Dunn. What a remarkable finish to round 3 of the series here on the Gold Coast. Liz Plumers charges up the beach. Maddie Dunn in second place, and that is the mark of a champion, isn't it? Just timing, and a big smile across Liz's face.
Wow, the way things turn around, and there comes Beck Creedy, solid finish at third, and collapses. Harriet Brown in 4th place.
Wow, look at Rebecca. She is spent. That's cruel sport sometimes, isn't it, Trevor? But Liz Plumers, champ again.
Oh, Liz.
The little win, that win eludes her again, and Liz Plumers holds the trophy for this round.
Yeah, collapsing in physical and mental exhaustion, no doubt. Let's get down to Ashland.
Huge congratulations to Liz Plumers. It really came down to that final swim leg. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, just. Yeah, it was just a tough day at the office. Seemed like every time we were coming in, the girls would come on a wave behind me, and I guess in that swim wave I was the one coming from behind, and it came at perfect timing.
Yeah, that last wave really helped out.
Yeah, definitely. I actually didn't realise Creedy was there, but I thought she'd already finished, but when I saw that finishing tape, I was just running for it.
3 from 3, just remarkable. Congratulations, how does that feel?
Yeah, amazing. Still 3 to go though, so don't want to count it too much.
Well, all the best, Liz. Well done today.
Liz Plumers going to be hard to catch now. Out in front, 3 from 3. Maddie Dunn, brilliant. Rebecca Creedy, well, she'll learn so much from that. Outstanding round for her.
Harriet Brown, Brodie Moyer, much better performance there. Tara Coleman also. Emma Dick dropped up back a little bit, and Courtney Hancock back in that 8th spot she's not familiar with.
Yeah, 3 rounds down, 3 to go. And Jordan Mercer, one of our leaders throughout the course today. Amy Nerthen there. Crystal Smith wanted to improve so much. She won't be happy with what's happened here on the Gold Coast. We've got plenty more. We've got the Iron Men. They're warming up. Stick around. Channel 9's Wide World of Sports. What a way to spend your afternoon. Great to have your company. See you in just a tick.
Swim leg. She got quite a lead and managed to keep it for almost the whole race until she got unlucky right at the end, being beaten by Maddie Dunn and by our winner, Liz Plumers. She's had a dream run this series and made it 3 from 3. Well done, Liz Plumers. Look at her there on top of the podium. She is having such a fantastic year this summer. In second place, Maddie Dunn. A great race from her. She tends to race well here at Surfers Paradise. Her clubmate from BM TMD Northcliffe, Rebecca Creedy in third position. A bit of an unlucky day for her, unfortunately. Reece, the men are coming up next.
Can't wait for it. As we saw with the women, anything can happen. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely, we can't wait. We'll talk about them in a moment. First, let's have a look at where the series points table is at the halfway point. Of course, Liz Plumers is in the top position on 60 points. She has got quite a lead now on the rest of the field. Rebecca Creedy in second position on 43 points. Harriet Brown not far behind on 41 points.
And then we see Courtney Hancock and Maddie Dunn equal fifth position there. Emma Dick 7, and then there's Brodie Moyer in number 8.
Over the page, and Tara Coleman is coming in at 9th. Crystal Smith has dropped to 10th, unfortunately. Hannah Minogue down in 14th, and Devon Halligan rounding out the 15. Well, as I said, the men are coming up next. This is a really crucial point of the series, round 3, isn't it? This is when we want to see the athletes make their move.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an opportunity for the guys that did well over in Western Australia to go on with it, but it's also an opportunity for those guys that didn't have such a good time over there to try and get back into this series. So it's up for grabs. It's an opportunity for someone to stamp their authority on this series.
All right, let's have a look at where the men are standing after the first 2 rounds. On top is Ali Day, the comeback kid, with the first and second place in Western Australia. He's 7 points clear of dual Olympian Kai Hurst in second. 8-time champ Shannon Eckstein is in third place.
And how about Wesley Bergs? 17 years as a professional Ironman, and there's no stopping him. He's in 4th. Jack Moyes, what a great start from him. Another outstanding performance. He mixed it with the big boys in the Eliminator final and sitting 5th overall, and a clump of C where he'd slayed Matty Pool's day.
Yeah, very unlucky. Over the page, Nathan Smith and Jackson Maynard are equal 9th. Kendrick Louis is way down in 11th, so he'll really be hoping for a strong performance today, as will Kane Eckstein, who unfortunately didn't start round 2 due to an injury. He is here today. He is racing. He'll be hoping to go well. He loves racing here at Surfers Paradise Beach, as does his brother, Shannon Eckstein, who's gunning for a 9th series title. We caught up with him a little earlier.
If I want to win this series, then I needed to bounce back and get some points back on Ali and Kai, and I did that in round 2. It's, round 1 I wasn't too far off. To just probably just lacked a little bit of pace throughout the day, and I've got that in round 2. Yeah, the beach here at Surfers, I grew up here and did nippers here. I'm a member of Northcliffe, it's just down the road, so I see these conditions all the time. And, no matter if it's really pretty flat, it's still testing. There's rips and banks, and there's going to be a bit of a wind, so it's going to be a real Ironman race.
Yeah, he is an absolute champion. Reece, what do you reckon? Can he do it today?
Shannon Eckstein can do anything. You can never write the champ off. He's in with a great chance today.
Yeah, well, someone else who'll be hoping to go well today is Kendrick Louis. He's one of the nice guys of Ironman racing. He'll have everyone on Sydney's northern beaches cheering for him today. And history has shown he likes to race right here at Surfers Paradise.
First breakthrough win at Surfers Paradise, where, honestly, it was a fairy tale. It was a fairy tale race. I was coming dead last after getting smashed on the ski earlier on in the race, and then coming through to finishing off a ski lead with Kai Hurst.
He's back on the right. This is it now. Really makes his way on. It's over. Shannon Eckstein looks like
Came to the beach, high-fived my brother, running up, high-fiving the crowd, and then all of a sudden I see my old man just like standing at the fence, and it was like, I just don't think things can get like as perfect as that. I just grabbed Dad and hugged him, and I think it was just like, I just sort of felt like, the shaking, like he was shaking, just loving it, and everything's just, at that moment, is just couldn't be anything any better in my whole life. And then running past, kicking my girlfriend a kiss, and getting to the finish line, I see my mum, and as soon as I think you see your mum, and I gave her a hug, and she told me like, I love you so much. Like, it was just, it's one of those things where you just go, yeah, like, is this real? Like, this is honestly the best day I've had, and it's just put all my eggs in one basket, and to see it pay off and have everyone there around me who supported me along the way, be there with me is just, the most genuine feeling that like you could probably ever feel in your body, I think.
just enough wind here to make sure the races are interesting. The crowd loved every minute of the women's race, and now the men are lined up and ready to go. So let's head back to our commentators.
Yeah, thank you, Ashley. A beautiful day, and there he is, the superstar of the sport, Shannon Eckstein, Kai Hurst, Kendrick Louis. This is the Waylo lineup. Matt Poole, Kane Eckstein, Tannen Linden, Jackson Maynard. Of course, this is his first series. Matt Bevilacqua has done it before, and there's a few that are new at it. Jack Boys is new at it. Nathan Smith been around for a while, as we know. Luke Cuff. Now, all the rest of his family's English. He was born on the Gold Coast. Hayden Allen, Sam Hamilton, Alistair Day, and Wes Berg right down the bottom there.
I can feel the nerves straight away. I'm sitting here at Surfers Paradise Beach, having been here a lot of times before, and the pressure starts building up right now. Those first 5 names in that start list, and then you throw in way down the list, Alistair Day is the current series leader. This is an amazing field in Ironman racing.
Yeah, Ali Day, and you will remember last year he wasn't around. Wes gives us the 2 fingers. I don't know what you call that, Matty Poole and Kane Eckstein, the glare. What's it called?
The Shaka.
Shaka, okay, thank God. We're the same age, you and I, but you're cool and I'm not. And, of course, Nathan Smith just gives us a little bit of magic at the end. We're underway. This is the loop, of course. Round 3 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman Series. Ali Day leads the way. Shannon Eckstein had a slow start in Western Australia. Finished 8 in the first round, then won the second, and he'll be desperate to get back out in front here.
Look how quick he jumps on, throws down. You don't even see that second leg as it's like just skims the top of the water and he's away. Look at that. Where's the number 1? And it's probably the best at even this part of Ironman racing. Ali Day sitting there in 7th. And it's amazing there's already little breaks in there. It makes a big difference how good or bad your start is.
We can see the tide has also gone out for the men's race now, so a longer run down to their ski. Again, that outside bank where the waves are breaking will be breaking more frequently because it's shallower out there. As we see the guys punching through that bank that I'm talking about right now.
That's Matt Poole, hit the first one, pops over the second one and gets a little bit of pace up as he goes away. You can see him way over there on the left of the dark blue ski. And even the jet ski you can see bouncing up and down, pretty choppy. We see 2 different shots here, Ali Day and Matt Poole. Matt Poole punches into it, Ali Day a little bit later, and then both should get over this one here. That's what makes it so tricky, because you can be in a different spot on the field and something completely different happens to you.
And the conditions are so different. The water is so much warmer than it was in Western Australia. We've got bigger seas.
And a lot more chop, a lot more movement. Hayden Allen sitting there in second. Shannon Eckstein just over to the left side of the screen there now, and that's Kendrick Louis actually leading. And great start for Hayden Allen. Very famous life-saving family. His father, Australian Ironman champion in the 70s.
Kendrick Louis looking strong too out in front. He's a big, strong guy. Nice technique as well. Nice high arms. As we see Pooley sitting in 6th, and he's on the outside, Pooley too.
He'll have to do a lot of work to get across from there.
Yeah, he's got Wesy Berg on the inside of him there, so it is a little bit harder sometimes to go around the outside of the other competitors. We see Kai Hurst well back at this moment. He's back in 13th.
As it's easy as commentators, because we sit here and we watch what commonly happens to him, and it's not unusual to see Kai back there, you know, to see him back there, but then he always comes through. As we look at the course, there we are, Surfers Paradise on the East Coast now. This is the loop of our 3 major formats. Loop race, first lap ski, around the 3 cans, back into the beach, decent run, board leg, around, swim leg last. Now for the men, they have to do those 3 legs 3 times. That's 3 laps of the loop. A big day of racing.
Yeah, Kendrick Louis had rudder problems in the west. Today he's out there leading. Shannon Eckstein on his shoulder. What a great surprise that is. Matty Poole was the other one who had real dramas over in Western Australia. Had a chunk of seaweed on the back of his ski. That never helps things.
Yeah, Matty Poole and Kendrick Louis, as we see here. This is Sam Ham on this side and Maddie Bevilacqua on the black ski there on the left side of the screen, actually doing a great job chasing the runs. They'll be back in about 4th or 5th at this stage.
Look how fast they go, Trevor. Those runs, they get up so much speed on those waves. As Kendrick Louis, he's changed his ski too. He's also on another ski this round as well, so that's interesting. As we see the King, Shannon Eckstein, just cruising alongside Kendrick on a nice little wave to the beach.
An 8-time winner of the series, Shannon Eckstein, one of Australia's great sportsmen. And for so long, guys like Kendrick Louis really had them in awe, but now they're catching up, aren't they? Kendrick, of course, second in the series a number of times as Ali Day, who leads the series, goes past the camera.
And what a great attitude Kendrick had after the rudder problem in Western Australia. He's come back now. I think because of that attitude, he sits up there with Shannon Eckstein. He's now at the front of the race, and he's an up-and-coming superstar for sure.
You can see on that shot too how far already they'd sort of spread out. These skis get a lot of momentum, so if you get around the can first, you'll get first crack.
There he is. He competes like a professor, but he's the absolute king of this sport. Shannon Eckstein, but he's not out in front. Kendrick Louis, and there is young Hayden Allen.
And Hayden Allen, as we mentioned, son of Greg Allen, Australian champion back in the 70s, done a lot of work for surf lifesaving. The Allen family, very well known and loved in the sport of lifesaving. As we see Tannen Linden running up here, another one of our up-and-coming superstars, just squeezes past Ali Day there. Tannen got a great transition on him.
Yeah, he was looking quite light on his feet there. He's great at those interchanges, Tannen. Again, like I said earlier, long transition. Look how far that tide's gone out. As we're on board with Sammy Hamilton in 4th place. Sammy is a great board paddler. He's really good on the craft. And look at him trying to shoot up on the side of Shannon Eckstein there.
I was going to say, that's the one thing he had in mind. He saw Shannon Eckstein twice and he just went, I want that.
Like a magnet.
There it is, Kendrick Louis, Hayden Allen, Shannon Eckstein, Sam Hamilton, Matt Bevilacqua in 6th, Matty Poole there too, Tannen Linden, Ali Day.
The Cuff, who's moved to the Sunshine Coast to get a better squad up there with Michael King. He's come through doing quite well after the first couple of rounds of the series.
Kendrick Louis, boy from the Northern Beaches, but he's a mad Sydney Roosters fan for you rugby league people. And as Trevor said, he is a dead-set superstar of the future, just in his early 20s.
He doesn't mess around his stomach too long. And that's the sign, I think, of somebody who's really taking the race, you know, taking the bull by the horns.
He's got it all too, Kendrick. He's no doubt a wonderful Ironman, but he performs very well on TV, well-spoken. Yeah, it's all ahead of him.
He's another one that's actually come from still water, of course. He came from the pool and had a history in nippers and everything else, but really concentrated on the pool and then came back to this sport. Absolutely loves it, and his skills are second to none. He's a very, very good Ironman and nearly won the world title a couple of years ago against Shannon.
Yeah, there's Luke Cuff, of course, new this year to us. He's in 10th at the moment, and I mentioned that all the rest of his family are English, so they'll be going for England during the Ashes. He'll be going for Australia, and he's doing pretty well right at the moment. Luke Cuff.
Second to Shannon Eckstein in the World Board Paddling Championship this year. Almost won that one. Look at that field going up and down. Look at the way they're bobbing up and down. That's how much chop is out there that they have to deal with, and how much stop-start there is in it.
Yeah, and a difference in genres as well, as we see Wes into 3rd. Wes is doing wonderfully well this year, isn't he? As he always does. What a brilliant performer. Just talking about Luke Cuff, others may have other music in their ears. He listens to a little bit of Wiz Khalifa as he gets ready. There's Kendrick.
There's the Wiz. Speaking of Wizzes, there's Kendrick, and looking very strong right next to Shannon Eckstein. These two have developed quite a healthy rivalry. There's no sort of push and shove between the two of them, but Kendrick very much sees Shannon as the guy to beat, respects him a lot, and I think models himself after him quite a bit as well, and good on him. He's come a long way in the last couple of years.
Not giving an inch to him. Look how close it is around those cans. As we see Wesley Berg in 3rd place trying to claw his way back into it around the inside there. But this is where it gets interesting. You can see that big lump in the ocean. Look at the rate.
This is what Shannon Eckstein is world famous for. Look at him. He's actually motoring there. The water was spraying off the front of the board. He turned around and got that one run. It's already set him up with a little bit of a lead. Look, he's just sitting there.
Effortless.
Riding the swell. That's a man who's in rhythm.
Yeah, and he kept a straight face when he was talking about, I was disappointed about 8th, but not that bad, as we see Wes come into 2nd. But Shannon would have been seething inside. He knows no other place but the podium, doesn't he?
Well, that's Shannon, isn't it? You know, if it's not 1st, 2nd or 3rd, it's not Shannon. And so it's very unusual. But there he goes. He's got this little wave on his own. He's going to pull over that, and he'll ride that in. It's kind of a double-up too, so he might even get a bit of a push into the gutter with that.
See Wesley Berg sitting up, waiting for that next wave. He's having a little rest here. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. Sometimes you just have to wait for that push. As he lays down, holds onto those back straps to make sure the nose of the board doesn't nosedive.
Oh, look at Shannon. Just cruising like a dolphin. Beautiful out in front, Shannon Eckstein, 8-time champion. In the context of Australian sporting history, this guy is just right up there as he charges up the beach here on the Gold Coast.
We can't say enough about him in a sport that's so challenging in so many different ways. So many legs, so many conditions you have to race, different places around the world. He's won 5 World Ironman Championships, which is a 12-minute sprint at the end of a weekend of racing. He's just absolutely incredible. And in the world of sport, as you say, very hard to go past this man.
So competitive. I spoke to him in Western Australia, and the guy doesn't like to lose, you know. He's super, super competitive. So that second bunch though coming round, it's pretty tightly packed. But look here, Kendrick Louis lost a bit of ground in that board. Those other guys have come through on him through that inshore gutter. And that happens too. Sometimes the guy from behind will get that momentum and just go straight past.
Shannon Eckstein running to the water. We saw Matt Poole at the front of that second pack doing really well. And of course, going back a little bit, Wes Berg did all the effort to get up with Shannon and ended up joining this wave here and a little frustrated look on his face, but he's right there too.
Yeah, he's there in 5th. There's Wes. Shannon leading the way. Matty Poole, of course, up near the front. Hamilton, Louis, Ali Day in 10th. This is Channel 9's Wide World of Sports Nutri-Grain Ironman Series. Great viewing as we see a replay of Kendrick. We'll see you very, very soon from the Gold Coast. Welcome back, Channel 9's Wide World of Sports. It is great to have your company. Reece Dury, Trevor Hendy, Tim Gilbert in commentary today. Round 3 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman Series. Interesting stuff on this second wave, Trev.
Yeah, that was Tannen Lynn at the top of the screen there. Picked up a little wave and carried it the whole way through as we see that second pack that's chasing Shannon Eckstein. And man, Reece, you heard he's had a little bit of a head cold leading into this.
Yeah, look, I spoke to Shannon before the race today, and he's not one that sort of lets on what's going on, but he has. He's got a bit of a head cold, a bit of a man flu, and he wasn't feeling 100% today. But look at this. Look at the lead he's got. Great little surfing there. Up on his feet, light on his feet, and looking like the champ he is. He's so strong.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's affecting him too much at all. The salt water and the air is helping things. He's got a big lead right at the moment. This is Shannon Eckstein, round 3. Not happy with his first round, then cruised in the second round, and he leads the way here on the Gold Coast, the place he knows so well.
And here we see the chase crew come out here, and that's Kendrick Louis has swam through into second spot there, come back through the field after a pretty ordinary board leg. Shannon Eckstein dragging the ski in. Gets a little bit harder each lap to drag that ski back in and dump it in, but he'll be doing it as well as any. Ali Day there. Little birdie told me that Ali Day is carrying a cut webbing in his feet. So I'd be interested to see how he goes in these longer run legs today.
Yeah, very much so, because like I said, it is a long transition. Kai Hurst back up there too after, of course, a great swim leg. But Shannon Eckstein, that is a huge lead. That's massive so early on in this race.
Whenever you look at Shannon, whether it's ski, board, swim or run, his technique is so strong. He's such a compact, together athlete. You can't tell just how fast he's going. Some of these other guys look like they're going faster as he punches through these waves. He does everything as good as, if not better than anybody in the field.
Yeah, that cold doesn't look like it's bothering him much at all at the moment. Shannon Eckstein, he's ahead of Kendrick Louis, Ali Day, Luke Cuff doing very, very well. First series for him. Matty Poole, Kai Kane, Bevel Aqua, Hayden, of course, Hayden Allen and Wes Berg. They are the top 10 right at the minute. As we start the second lap of 3 here, and it's almost the perfect V there, Trev.
Yeah, when the ducks fly south for winter, you know that the one tries to lead to catch up to that guy out the front, Shannon Eckstein, who doesn't seem to want to play with anybody else. Quite amazing, but look at that, the rest of the chase pack. I wonder whether someone like Matt Poole or Kendrick Louis or guys that know each other well will come together and try and chase Shannon, or do they stay in their own individual mindset? Punching into some waves there, that stops you and makes Shannon Eckstein's lead even longer.
Well, that's the point. How much can you help each other in this discipline? We see it in cycling and other sports where they can team up and try and catch the leader.
Yeah, well, it happens a little bit in this sport now. A lot of the guys train together at certain clubs. As we're on board here with Pooley on this outside bank, low tide, lifts his rein, leans back, punches through that wave.
Knocks the
camera down.
That's
the top of his ski.
That's the last shot we'll get of Pooley for this race.
But yeah, you have to work, like I said, a lot of guys train together. They'll have to work together to try and catch Shannon. If they don't, it's bye-bye Shannon. They won't get him.
And how do you do it?
Well, side by side, it's really taking turns. So the little wash runs off the side of the ski, you get your nose in there and you sit in that wave and ride it.
All right, Ashlyn is on the beach. She's got a very special guest with her. Let's get down to Ashlyn right now.
Well, I'm joined now by Rebecca Creedy, who finished the women's race in 3rd place, but led for most of the way and really was quite unlucky at the end.
Yeah, look, it's tough conditions, surface paradise. It's always a tricky beach, and I was expecting tricky conditions going into it. So to come away with 3rd, a little disappointing, but look, I wouldn't have changed anything I did in the race, and it really did come down to that last wave, and I just wasn't there for it. So unfortunately, but it just motivates you for next time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just what happens in this sport, isn't it, sometimes? We've got the men out there at the moment. You just spoke about those tricky conditions. What are they going through out there right now?
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is crossing that, it's quite a wide gutter out there. So even though you do get that one wave out the back, it's not going to get you through to the beach. So knowing that you've got to push through to the second bank and then hopefully catch another one, it makes it's double tricky, and gives you 2 opportunities to catch a wave, but also 2 opportunities to miss the wave. So yeah, it's plays with your head, and you just really got to stay switched on.
Rebecca Creedy, thanks very much. All the best for round 4.
Thank you.
Well done, Ashlyn. Lot to like about Rebecca Creedy, isn't there? She's really a good performer. And Shannon Eckstein out in front.
It's a very energetic thing sometimes leading. I call it breaking the rubber band. You get out in front, there's a certain stage where you break away. Shannon's done that at the moment. He's broken the rubber band. He's not dragging the rest of the field with him. Doesn't mean they can't catch him, but right now he's going to have that lead for a while.
And look at the lead. That is a huge lead. When you're out in front, good things seem to happen a lot of the time. Kendrick Louis, though, still looking strong as he cruises on a little wave here on his new ski. Like I said, that's a different ski that he had in Western Australia. But Shannon's hit the beach, and he's up, and he's increasing that lead even more.
There's Kendrick just on the right centre of the screen on the black ski. Surface Paradise here. That's Wes Berg coming through as well. Surface Paradise here 3 years ago. Kendrick Louis was last at the halfway point of a 2-hour race and came through and won it. So don't underestimate this beach for being able to change the order around as it goes on.
Yeah, and we're just on the second lap, so there's plenty of racing to go here. Round 3 of the men of the Nutri-Grain Ironman Series, and Shannon Eckstein, the king of it all, is out in front.
It's good how smooth he is with those transitions, Trevor. How he picks the board up effortlessly, runs down light on his feet. Watch him throw the board down here soon, straight on the knees. Gets that rate up nice and high.
Now, Reece, they wouldn't be thinking about, it's not in the forefront of their mind, but right now we're coming up to a result in round 3, which is the halfway point of the series. They must be thinking about that tiny little bit, I have to get a result here today.
Yeah, especially if you're up towards the top of the series, you know, you want to get on that podium. And for the other guys too, you don't want to have to re-qualify. You want to get in that top 8. So, like you said, it's really, really crucial to have a good race here today.
And that's where you've got to break it down to these moments. Running into the board, we see perfect shot there of Kendrick Louis jumping on. It was Matt Bevilacqua on the left of the screen. It's now on the right side of him now, doing a very good job as well. But that's what it's all about, making these moments count as they chase Shannon Eckstein.
Okay, there it is. Shannon Eckstein out in front. He's got a good lead. Kendrick Louis, Bevilacqua, Poole and Ali Day, the series leader, in 5th. Wes Berg 6th. Luke Cuff, how good's he going? Then Kane Eckstein, Hayden Allen and Tannen Linden. That's where the race is at the moment.
So we see Shannon just going over a wave out the back, and then we see the other guys coming up to that outside bank. Here's Pooley, Bevy, Kendrick, all great board paddlers. They'll be pushing so hard, trying to catch Shannon. And I think not too far behind is there he is, Ali Day. He's still in with a sniff.
Yeah, well, I know the man flu can hit me hard, so Shannon Eckstein, it might hit him soon, but he's out in front. Can this chasing pack catch him? Nines Wide World of Sports Nutri-Grain Ironman Series on the Gold Coast. It is great to have your company. Any better way to spend your day on a Sunday? Doubt it. Gold Coast Nutri-Grain Ironman Series and Shannon Eckstein, a name that we've mentioned just once or twice the past 15 years. what an athlete he is out in front.
And what a wonderful lead he's got at this stage of the race. Incredible. Surfers Paradise Beach, it's already been mentioned how he comes from Surfers Paradise Beach originally. Been at Northcliffe ever since. This is the area, these two beaches side by side, where he's crafted his trade for so many years, plied his trade, learned how to do this, learned how to get over the waves, under the waves, everything else, and he's putting on a bit of a masterclass at the moment. Don't write this guy off though. Matt Poole, along there with Matty Bev and Kendrick Louis, chasing the legend.
As we see him cruise down the wave, what about this? 55 Nutri-Grain races for Shannon. He's won 24.
That's an amazing stat, isn't it? I can believe it because I was in half those races that he won. So. But we see Pooley pushing down over these runner, along with Kendrick Louis on that nice red board with a big white lightning bolt. I like that style, that's cool. But you can see them pushing through this inside gutter, trying to get back at Shannon. A few of the guys out the back pushing on some lumps. Matty Bev doing really well today.
They've certainly closed the gap a bit because Shannon had a much bigger lead earlier on. So he'll come around. We have the swim here. Then it is the final lap. Ski, board, swim. Will this cold, I speak seriously here, will it start to take its toll on the champion?
And we say it like, final lap. Here they come in with the final lap. There's only one lap to go, but it's ski, board and swim with all these run legs as well. So it's going to take a mighty effort to hold on because these young guys are chasing. They have every year, and they're getting closer to Shannon Eckstein, and he's not going to win that same percentage in the next couple of years.
And these are the two guys you don't want chasing you. Both have got a lot of mungle. Both want to win. They're so determined, these two blokes. They both grew up in the northern beaches, so they're pretty competitive. They're mates, but there's a bit of rivalry there too between the Sydney Northern Beaches boys. But you can tell they're wheeling Shannon in just a little bit, inch by inch.
Well, they're definitely working together, aren't they?
Yeah, we've seen so many times Shannon and Kane Eckstein work together, but now these guys are trained together, and as you say, mates, Matty and Kendrick, all they have to do is a little bit of, sharing the lead, whatever else. Your hope starts to build because you feel yourself catching up. You're doing it with your mate.
Well, there they are.
They're closing the gap there.
Side by side. Kendrick just 24 years of age, second in 12-13. He was third last season. And, of course, Matty Poole is always up there. He was second in 2010-11. So we've got two of the mighty competitors chasing the champion. And Ali Day's not far off either.
Ali Day is right there. So that's him in fourth spot with Matty Bev. And that's a fantastic effort.
And the longer this race goes, the better it's going to suit Ali.
He is the ultimate endurance athlete, isn't he, Ali Day?
Well, he's twice winner of the Coolangatta Gold now. Had a season off. He had some type of, it wasn't glandular fever, but it was very, very similar. Really, really knocked him on his butt for a whole season there. He gathered himself mentally, emotionally, physically, pulled it all back together. Now here he sits in the lead of this series and chasing the all-time legend Shannon Eckstein, another one who wants to knock him off his perch. But Ali Day, in a series point score perspective, that's in the top right of the screen. He's actually the one that sits in the box seat at the moment if he can keep a result like this.
Yeah, it was more of a chronic fatigue, wasn't it, for Ali Day? And Shannon Eckstein, as you see him glide through the water, it looks like he was born in the water.
Very much dolphin-like.
Yeah, he certainly is, but he's got a few others that aren't bad in the water. Breathing down his neck, they're closing this gap. Louis, Poole, Dade, who will it be? Nutri-Grain Ironman Series. See you in just a tick on Channel 9. One of the most beautiful places anywhere in the world, but it can hurt a lot when you are one of these 15, the Nutri-Grain Ironman Series. Shannon Eckstein out in front, but it really does look like the pack, the chase, the race is just behind him now.
Oh, and it really is. Look at Matt Poole and Kendrick Louis have picked up that wave and held it right into the gutter. So this is when, if at all, that flu is going to start coming through for Shannon Eckstein, the last third of the race. And these boys, when he turns around and sees them closer, that hurts. Look at this replay.
You can see here, it's shallow out the back. One of the boys standing up, pushing onto the wave. The other, coolly swimming onto it, getting a quick breath. Hands out in front. Great surfing.
Oh, and beautiful pictures from a TV perspective. Look, both you guys competed when you were feeling crook. What's it like as we see Shannon charge up the beach? No doubt fatiguing at this point.
There's a lot to do with mentality. So when you're out the front, you feel all that hope rise in you. All of a sudden, you don't feel like you're sick. But after a while, it has to start coming through, particularly if he turns around and sees how close these guys are. Don't worry about Shannon. He'll hang in there like nothing else. But somewhere there's got to be some depletion in his body.
Yeah, you can tell then by his run leg, he was a little little bit tired. His head was down a little bit. You can see these boys, chests are up, looking up ahead, and they can see now. They can see they've closed that gap. You can see Kendrick ripping in. This is going to be an exciting race. The boys can smell Shannon Eckstein out in front. They can see he's tiring.
And those boys will look a little bit tired as well as they run past, but that's to be expected. The other thing is Shannon did get a couple of nice little waves just at the right time. Sometimes you get on a roll, you get in a rhythm and everything goes your way. We see there's still a healthy lead. He's hitting that ski leg, jumping on, going into the gutter. Those boys will be picking up their ski around about now.
Yeah, last lap, but as you said, Trev, it's not last lap of something small. This is big. We've got the ski, we've got the board, and we have the swim. Kendrick, there you can see Pooley right next to him. They are working together to try and catch Shannon Eckstein, the guy that these two idolised when they were growing up. Now, all they want to do is run him down. Pooley in second, Kendrick in third. Ali Day's not far behind as you look at the beautiful skyline of the Gold Coast in the background.
The Soul building in the background on the right, those two goalposts sitting up behind. Speaking of idols, and as we go, Shannon Eckstein punches into... Now that hurts, Tim, that hurts, because you've lost all that energy, you get hit by that one wave. He's hoping now that they get the same thing happen to them.
Yeah, particularly when you're coughing and spluttering. Shannon Eckstein out in front with the cold. There we are. Poole Louis, second, third. Ali Day in fourth. And surprise, surprise, Kai Hurst is there. Luke Cuff, Wes Berg, Kane Eckstein, Nathan Smith and Matt Bevilacqua make up the top 10.
I saw Kendrick slip around the outside of that outside bank, so he got a pretty clear run. Pooley copped one on the lap there. But again, they didn't get held up too bad, so Pooley's got a good rate there too. He's stroking fairly quick through the water. Chest is up still nice and high. Nice catch. He's looking strong, Pooley, on that ski.
Oh, how strong is he? Like, over the last couple of years, his skis got stronger and stronger. A really good board paddler now, and surprisingly faster and faster. So he really doesn't have a weak leg anymore.
He's tough. He grunts along, doesn't he? And then you've got Kendrick. He's got a bit of Lamborghini about him too, doesn't he? Kendrick's got a real stylish way of moving through the water.
As we see Kai Hurst sitting in fourth, and Ali Day just sitting on his wash there, trying to get a bit of a lift out. I love this shot. Look at the two different techniques. Kai Hurst, nice high arms. Ali Day, his arms are a little bit lower. It's a little bit rough, and Kai's rate's just that little bit quicker. That's a great shot. I love looking at the different techniques.
There's even a little bit of unevenness between the left and right hand there, Ali. If you really want to get picky, the right hand drops right down. That comes in when you are fatigued and a bit tired, and occasionally when you've trained and not corrected that in training. But don't worry about Ali. He's one of the best in the world, and when he notices that, I think he'll fix it.
Yeah, and there's memory pushing him along as well here, Shannon Eckstein. He's hurting. We know that. He came crook today. He has Kendrick Louis and Matt Poole just behind him. We've got the ski, then we've got the board, then we've got the swim. Then we are going to find out who is the round 3 winner.
Those boys chasing, so that's Matt Poole, Kendrick Louis there coming through the centre of the screen. We're on board with Pooley now. Well, look, taking a bit of a puff and a breath, because make no mistake, their heart rate is sitting up around 180 somewhere there. Kendrick Louis moves up on his right, our left there on a black ski. He gets around the inside, takes no prisoners there, doesn't let Pooley get the thing, and watch Kendrick Louis chase the runs now.
Oh, here comes a Lamborghini. Look at him. He just went beautifully.
We're still working on exactly what car Pooley is, aren't we? He's maybe a four-wheel drive of some sort, I don't know.
He's an SUV of some sort with plenty of grunt under the hood.
Shannon Eckstein, though, just having a quick look over his shoulder. Again, he's so good at just timing his run in. Nice little lift here for him. But the boys behind him, Pooley and Kendrick, a little bit of a lump in the ocean. Look at Shannon just working on that. Beautiful again. Gee, he's so good at that.
Every moment counts here.
Oh, it does. And I was just saying, look at the way they come down the wave and they bump into the one in front of it. The chops are so close together, the ski can't even fit in between them. So you can get a run, but bang, you get stopped in the one in front of you. Can spin you. Shannon's handler, as per usual, perfectly.
So as you're watching today, as a mere mortal, you are watching some of the great athletes of the world here. Look at these two. What great pictures. Two mates, Kendrick and Pooley, side by side.
And getting sucked up into the back of that wave as it exploded. We're talking about how good they make it look. That was a very challenging thing that they just did.
Yeah, and I think Shannon stretched his lead a little bit. They closed it, he stretched it a bit again.
Kai Hurst, isn't he having a great race today? He's never out of it, Kai. He always just keeps putting himself in the picture. And with a swim leg to go after the board, he is definitely not out of this race.
All right, Shannon, you can see a little bit of expression on his face. It's starting to hurt for him, but he still has a good lead from Matty Poole and Kendrick Louis doing it side by side, the two boys from the Northern Beaches. Kai Hurst, as you mentioned, always up near the front, and Ali Day's not far from him.
These two boys saw themselves as series winners this year. Last round, they both had rudder problems for different reasons. They could have easily dropped the bundle and come back here with a bad attitude. They've come back and they're killing it right now, chasing Shannon Eckstein. We see Ali Day just in front of Kai Hurst. This is the series leader, the man of the moment, and he's hanging in there.
Yeah, and he's thundering across, as we heard before. Trev had Little Bird just mentioned some split webbing in the feet. They're a bit difficult. Hard enough walking on the sand when you've got a sore foot.
I'm not sure whether I'm imagining it because I know it, but you can almost see it in his running style. He looks a little bit uncomfortable.
All right, Shannon Eckstein, Matt Poole, Kendrick Louis, Ali Day. We've got a great race in round 3. Also there, Wesberg, Luke Cuff. So it really is anyone's race right at the minute. Let's get down to the beach, and Ashlyn has someone next to her who knows all about tough racing, all about the Gold Coast as well. Ashlyn?
All right, I'm with race director Zane Holmes. Zane, we are witnessing a masterclass by Shannon Eckstein at the moment. Do you think it's possible for anyone to catch him at this point?
Look, I think it is possible. Probably unlikely, but I think where they can catch him is in this final swim leg. He's got a pretty committable lead at the moment, but if he misses a wave in the swim and they get one, that's probably the only way they're going to bridge that gap.
And he's performing this well after being sick this week, we've heard.
Yeah, look, he's had a virus, supposedly. He doesn't look that way now, but he's showing his true class in coming out and I guess silencing all the critics and the other guys and showing them how it's done.
He certainly is, Zane. Thank you.
Yeah, supposedly. Yeah, interesting to hear that from Zane.
Suppose what doesn't look like it is we see Wesberg coming out here. He's punching up, punches into that wave and falls off a little after the wave.
18 years he's been doing it, Wesberg. What an extraordinary performer he is. We've got a remarkable race on our hands today. Shannon Eckstein out in front. Then it's Pooley and Kendrick. Who's going to win? We'll know very soon. Channel 9's Wide World of Sports. Don't go anywhere. Hope you're nice and comfortable. See you soon. We are getting to crunch time here in Nutri-Grain Ironman Series, round 3, the halfway mark of the series. 3 races, or 3 rounds rather, after this, and it's Shannon Eckstein. He's got guys breathing down his neck.
I'm just looking at it, shaking my head. Shannon Eckstein doing such a good job, but Matt Poole chasing right up behind him, and Kendrick Louis up behind him. Shannon Eckstein gets this wave. There's years and years that go into making you that good, but making these 2 young men behind him that good as well. Make no mistake, these guys are not going to... Oh, Matt Poole shakes his hand. He will not be liking that, and Kendrick Louis is going to join him. Matt Poole had a chance then to catch up.
And there Kendrick just cruises up to Matt, and he'll go ahead of him with the momentum of the wave.
Shannon's still just getting that little buffer zone on these 2 guys. He's just staying ahead. The boys just getting a bit of oxygen in before they put the pace on through that inshore gutter.
You could see the look on Kendrick Louis' face, couldn't you? Like, he's focused as well. And Matt Poole's got away from him again.
Yeah, he's pushing really hard, Pooley. He's really trying to chase down Shannon.
But right at the moment, it is Shannon Eckstein. Ali Day leads the series, and Shannon believes this is the hardest series he has contested in 10 years. That's how high the competition is at the moment, the level.
I think Shannon Eckstein set the bar a few years ago, and these other guys have been chasing him. It's Shannon's fault why this is so competitive, because those boys so badly want to beat him. One of the best surf swimmers in the world by far, but look at how angry and hungry this guy looks, and look at how incredibly poised Kendrick Louis looks running in, who's been swimming exceptionally well as well. 1 leg to go.
It looks painful, doesn't it, Trevor? I do not miss those days. You can see the pain on their faces. And Ali Day, he's still in this because he's such a good swimmer, but you can see a little bit of a limp there.
And he looked over at Shannon in that shot. Who's the limp? Oh, look at this. He's had to jump the board. Shannon Eckstein. Throw that. You don't want that. You don't want that.
Stage.
But he'll be fine, I'm sure.
Yeah, the old hurdling. I know that he's got 3 disciplines. He just made it a 4th as Kai Hurst charges up the beach.
And what a chance Kai is still as we look back at the replay here. Wading out. I don't know if you've seen it, but in the last minute, clips the foot and down he goes.
His board changes direction. He was going to run straight past it, but got picked up. And he recovered really fast, as does Shannon. Look at this. He's going to get hit by someone else on the board. Oh, that's because they've had to run over that side and swim out in the rip, and they come in where the board paddlers are. So that's no fault of anyone's other than the fact that that's the fastest way out.
This is where we're at because this gap is closing. Eckstein, Poole and Louis, they're the top three. But as you can see, they're breathing down his neck.
I can't believe how much this gap has closed up, not just from Matt Poole, but Kendrick Louis hanging right in there, Reece. This is going to be absolute finish. Those two boys chasing, they want Shannon Eckstein's title.
This is a ding-dong battle. I couldn't believe Pooley's right then. He was sprinting across the inshore gutter. Kendrick Louis not giving in. He's hunting him down, so...
Pooley's a body length. He's one body length behind now. He's going to come to his feet if he does a good dive here. Shannon's feet goes down. Pooley's feet go down. Shannon jumps up on the bank there, so he touched the bottom. Pooley didn't. Shannon wades. He gets caught a little bit there. Chest stays in the water. Let's see what happens. Pooley swims straight into it. Both made a little mistake. And look at Kendrick on the right. He's actually gone deep and stayed down there.
That's some great surf swimming right there, Trevor. To get down under that wave and pop out level there, awesome.
This is a real sign of the quality of these two guys. Shannon Eckstein, then Kendrick Louis, now Matt Poole in third. One had the rudder problem in Kendrick Louis in Western Australia. Pooley had the seaweed problem. They could have gone two ways. Beautiful underwater shot that. They could have just thrown out the toys, but they haven't. They've said, okay, this is where we're going to get serious. We're going to win here. Only one of them can, of course. It's going to be one of these three. Can the champion hang on, or can one of these two that are just charging now? I think Shannon's gone. I reckon he can't win.
He looks absolutely fatigued to me, and make no mistake, as we see Kai Hurst come back now, he's not far back in the field. I'm not sure he's close enough. If you go past, you can see him there in the middle of the screen on the right is also Ali Day. There's our big five outside of Kane Eckstein.
And look how close it is coming around this can. They're not giving an inch, these guys. All three want it desperately. But I think you're right. Oh, Shannon, geez, so tough. He's still hanging in there.
Did you see Kendrick Louis came around on that first can and got on the inside to take the lead. Now Matt Poole comes up behind the both of them. This is a ding-dong finish, and Shannon Eckstein looks the
Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it? And we see Ali Day and Kai Hurst just behind, but these three out in front as they move towards the beach. Shannon Eckstein, you can see how troubled he's been by that flu, and this is where you said it would hit, Trev, and it's hitting him hard. Kendrick Louis now leads the way. His background is in swimming. Desperate to do something here on the Gold Coast after getting smashed up by a rudder problem in the west. So it's Kendrick, it's Poole, it's Eckstein, Hurst and Day. Which way will it finish? We'll know very, very soon.
And they come into the wave area. This is the sandbank. Matt Poole doing a little bit of backstroke. Swimming unbelievable in my book to stay in there with Kendrick Louis. He comes up, he gets a run. Kendrick Louis will get a little bit.
Just stand out. Here's the wave. I think all three will get this. But Kendrick's just gone out ahead. He's still pushing through.
He swam across the bank into the gutter, and that could win him this race.
Kendrick Louis, he wants to replicate what he has done here in the past. This is where he had his first win, Kendrick. Loves the Gold Coast, absolutely loves it. And he has a little way to go if he's going to complete that here with Matt Poole and Shannon Eckstein just not giving up.
Look at Matt Poole on the right there, Reece. He's
sprinting.
And there's Ali Day, so he's back in fifth, right behind Kai Hurst, who swam across the gutter as well. In the bank, we can see him there on the left. But look at Kendrick Louis out in front. Longer, stronger, Matt Poole thrashing, does want to win this one as well.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is stand up in the wave stages. You want that desperate wave, don't you? But Kendrick just powering through, wants to replicate his success here on the Gold Coast.
Too early. Pooley stands too early. Oh, what's going to happen? Kendrick Louis up on his feet.
He's on his feet, Kendrick Louis. His good mate Pooley stumbles. Eckstein's out of it, you would think, for a first finish. No smiles yet from Kendrick. He charges up, looks over his left shoulder, can see Matt Poole, but Matt Poole won't be close enough. Kendrick Louis, the 24-year-old, replicates his success here on the Gold Coast, pumps the sky, waves to the fans. A great win for Kendrick Louis, round 3. He is the king today. Matt Poole comes second, and we'll have to see yet Shannon Eckstein. A podium finish for him. Third, well, it's better than 8th. but he's sick today, and he still finishes with a bronze. Well done, Shannon. Well done, Matt. The master, though, Kendrick Louis.
What a finish. Shannon laying in the shade or sitting in the shade there. And here comes Kai Hurst. Talk about big names in Ironman racing. And right behind him, the man of the moment, Ali Day, who'll still be leading the series after this. He'll be still out in front. Here he comes.
Yeah, just walks across, those feet stinging for him.
What a great race. That was inspirational stuff to see those young guys.
Yeah, Ashlyn Krukellis is down on the finish line as we see Wes Berg performing brilliantly as well. Let's get down to Ashlyn because she's going to have a chat with our winner. He's just trying to catch his breath. That was an extraordinary round.
That was an amazing swim leg. Heading into it, did you think you were going to come out first?
Oh, not at all. You know, Paulie and Shannon are unbelievable swimmers, and I knew Kai and Ali weren't too far behind, so I thought, oh no, I've got those two chasing us, and you know, I sort of caught Shannon by the can and took the inside. It was a bit rough, so you know, I pulled this little sort of wave, gave me a bit of a run, and I just kept seeing Paulie flicking behind me, and I just had to put the head down and just go for it.
It was your day. Earlier on in the race, Shannon had a huge lead. Were you looking out at how far in front he was and thinking that, you know, did you think you could catch him?
Oh, you know, he's always there. So it was great to have, you know, Paulie beside me. You know, we were talking to each other. I remember him saying, you reckon we can get him from here? And I said, of course we can, mate, you know. And he goes, right, let's have a good crack and do it. And we worked as a team, and it was just...
Were you talking during the race?
Yeah, I love a bit of a chat. But it was, you know, it's a great event. We're here at Surfers Paradise, got a crowd. All the boys are racing full on, and yeah, it's a good time to come away with the win.
Surfers Paradise is your venue. Well done, Kendrick Louis. Huge win.
Yeah, brilliant work by Kendrick Louis, and he is a crowd favourite, isn't he? We've had a great crowd here on the Gold Coast, and people absolutely love their Nutri-Grain Ironman races. Let's have a look at the results. Kendrick Louis, Matt Poole, Shannon Eckstein. That is the podium. Then we go to Kai Hurst, Ali Day, Remain Series leader, Wes Berg, Kane Eckstein, and Luke Cuff. Well done to Luke, finishing in 8th. Of course, this is his first Nutri-Grain Series. Nathan Smith, Matt Bevilacqua, Tannen Linden, Jack Moyes, Hayden Allen, and Sam Hamilton, Jackson Maynard, 14th and 15th. Let's get back to Ashlyn Krukellis. Ashlyn is on the beach.
Well done to you, Matt Poole. Second place. That was just an incredible swim leg from both you and Kendrick Louis. You guys did something special there, chasing down the professor.
Yeah, well, we had to do something special. I mean, after our round 2 race in Smiths Beach, WA, Kendrick with a busted rudder and me with the seaweed, we certainly had a little bit of fire in the belly, and we saved it all up for that last swim leg. And Shannon, we unfortunately gave him a big lead, which you can't do. The guy's a freak. So it was a big effort. Very inspirational swim from both me and Kendrick, I think. He was just going a million miles an hour, and I was just hanging in there. So he made the choice to keep powering through that dead section in the middle, and me and Shannon waited, and that was the difference between winning and losing. So Kendrick deserves the win, and I'm stoked to get second.
Second place. Well done, Matt. See you next round. Kendrick Louis on top of the podium there, probably feeling on top of the world too, and so he should. It was an amazing race from him. Matty Poole will be pretty happy being in second position as well. Both those guys really wanted a strong day today after some bad luck in round 2. Shannon Eckstein there in third position after he led for most of the way. It wasn't until at the very end of the race that he was beaten by the young guys. Race finishes do not get any more exciting than that.
Well, that was an absolutely cracking race. It blew my mind. At one stage, I thought Shannon Eckstein was going to run away with it, but to the young guys' credit, Pooley and Kendrick, they worked away, got back into it. That last swim leg was absolutely awesome. A great day of racing.
Yeah, it was amazing. And after that race, of course, it means we're at the halfway point of the series. So let's have a look at where the points table is at. Ali Day is still on top on 49 points. Shannon Eckstein has moved up to second on 44. Kai Hurst not far behind on 43 points.
And then we got the old bloke, Wesley Berg, sitting there on 37, equal with Matty Poole. Kendrick Louis just behind them on 35 points. Jack Moyes, and then in the top 8, Luke Cuff.
Moving over the page, and Tannen Linden is there in 9th position on 25 points. Nathan Smith not far behind on 24.
And we have Matt Bevilacqua, Jackson Maynard, equal 11. In 14th position, Sam Hamilton on 12. Still on the bottom is Kane Eckstein. Unfortunately, that injury did affect him in round 1 and 2, so that's why we're seeing him there.
And of course, we saw the women race earlier today. Let's recap where they're at after 3 rounds. Liz Bloomers out on top by a long way. She's on 60 points. She's really put a gap between herself and the rest of the field. Rebecca Creedy in second on 43 points. Harriet Brown in third. on 41.
Then we look at Geordie Mercer, then down to Courtney Hancock and Maddie Dunn on equal fifth, Emma Dick, and rounding out the top 8, Brodie Moyer.
Over the page, we have Tara Coleman in 9th place on 26 points. Crystal Smith in 10th position. She'll really be looking for a strong end to the season to try and improve her position. Amy Nerthen in 11th position. Then we have Hannah Minogue and Devon Halligan rounding out the top 15. Well, what a day. Reece, it's certainly shown that this sport can really produce so many surprises.
Yeah, it was an absolutely cracking day of racing today. Liz Plumers, Kendrick Louis, they'll be two happy athletes tonight, that's for sure.
Absolutely, so they should be. And the next round is the exciting Eliminator format. We can't wait. Please join us to watch all the action right here on Channel 9 next Sunday at 11:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. But for now, I'm Ashlyn Krakelis. I'm with my expert commentator, Reece Drury. From us and the rest of the team, we'll see you next time.